Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Puteri Zanariah Binti Muhammad Ali and my matric number is 046299. I would like to answer quiz 2, voice based. Explain the concept of non-nationals. A non-national is same like a non-citizen. It's a person who has not been recognized as having these effective links to the country where he or she is located. There are different groups of non-citizens including permanent resident, migrant, refugee, asylum seeker, victim of trafficking, foreign student, temporary visitor, and other kind of non-immigrant and stateless people. While each of these groups may have a right based on separate legal regimes, the problem faced by most, if not all, non-citizens are very similar. This common concern affect approximately 175 million individuals worldwide, which is 3% of the world population. Non-citizens should have freedom from arbitrary killing, inhuman treatment, slavery, arbitrary arrest, unfair trial, invasion of privacy, refoulement, forced labor, child labor, and violation of human rights law. They also have the right to marry, protection as minor, peaceful association and assembly, equality, freedom of religion and belief, social, cultural and economic right, labor right, for example as to collective bargaining, workers' compensation, healthy and safe working condition, and consular protection. For non-citizens, there is nevertheless a large gap between the right that international human rights law guarantee to them and the realities that they face. In many countries, there are institutional and pervasive problems confronting non-citizens. Nearly all categories of non-citizens face official and non-official discrimination, while in some countries there may be legal guarantee of equal treatment and recognition of the importance of non-citizens in achieving economic prosperity. Non-citizens face hostile social and practical realities. They experience xenophobia, racism and sexism, language barrier and unfamiliar custom, lack of political representation, difficulty realizing their economic and social and cultural right, particularly the right to work, the right to education and the right to healthcare, difficulty obtaining identity document and lack of means to challenge a violation of their human right effectively or have them remedied. Some non-citizens are subjected to arbitrary and often indefinite detention. They may have been traumatized by experience of persecution or abuse in their countries of origin but are detained side by side with criminals in person, which are frequently overcrowded, unhygienic and dangerous. In addition, detained non-citizens may be denied contact with their families, access to legal assistance and the opportunity to challenge their detention. Often expressed in national legislation, has been especially flagrant during period of war, racism, animosity and high unemployment. For example, the situation has been worsened since 11 September 2001 as some governments have detained non-citizens in response of fear of terrorism. The narrow exceptions to the principle of non-discrimination that are permitted by international human rights law do not justify such pervasive violation of non-citizen rights. The principal objective of this publication is highlight all the diverse source of international law and emerging international standard protection the right of non-citizens, especially the relevant provision of the International Convention of the Elimination of all form of racial discrimination and other human rights treaties. The general comments, country conclusion and adjudication by the Committee on Elimination of Racial Discrimination and other treaty bodies, the report of the United Nations Commission on Human Rights, thematic procedure on human rights and of migrant and racism. The relevant work of such other global institutions as the International Labour Organization and Office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugee, and the report of regional institutions such as the European Commission Against Racism and Intolerance. Thank you.